Hey, this is TR3. I'm Dan Martyr.
My name's Mick Vaughn.
My name is Tim Reynolds.
You're on BackstageAxxess.com.
Where the real show begins.
All right, BackstageAxxess.com. We're here at the Tralf Music Hall in Buffalo, New York with TR3. And the guys want to introduce themselves so everybody knows who you are. Of course, you guys know who you are, but...
My name is Tim Reynolds.
Mick Vaughn.
Dan. My name's Dan. Dan Martyr. Mick. Dan Martyr. Nice to meet you.
Dan, Mick.
Gus.
And this is Gus.
I'm the Gus that they've been trying to locate for the last
We've been trying
couple
to
hours.
meet Gus for at least 40 minutes now.
And what's the long form of your name?
Gus is a nickname. Oh. Yeah. And we'll talk about that later. We'll be here all day explaining that one. This is actually, you guys have a few dates under your belt now. Tell me how the shows will be going. Actually, tonight, this is an interview after the show, and the show was fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I've had total fun on every show, and I've actually been really pleasantly surprised by the turnouts and all these winter nights, you know. I've had fun, and this was another fun night. I always have fun, but it just seemed like especially fun now and this week.
Yeah, tonight was a great night. I mean, this is an amazing venue here. I'd never actually we've been to Buffalo before, but I've never hung out in the city.
Okay.
So we've had a nice time here, and I will say that Tim has been playing acoustic on this tour. So we're doing a few other tunes that kind of branching out into a different direction, which has been really really cool and really refreshing. I think it's going over well.
Dan?
Okasapikato Letina Kahana.
Thank you for saying that. I've been wanting to say that all day.
I've been trying to say that all day.
We shouldn't talk about that anymore.
Okay.
No.
We'll leave it. Okay.
I'm sorry. That's, yeah.
Playing venues like this, really, obviously, you guys get that close intimacy playing, obviously Tim playing, bigger venues with Dave Matthews. But overall, really connecting to your fans, how do these venues really make you guys feel?
It just makes you feel like you're at home. Like it's like your family almost, or the energy, the thing that makes you want to go play. It's like you want to go every night's a different night because you got different faces, and the energy really makes the music different every night. So that's a beautiful thing.
I think a lot of people are chomping at the bit for some new music out of you guys. You guys played a new song, Running From People, tonight, and tell us how that process is going, the recording process.
How's it going, man?
Mick and Dan?
It's going really well. We've been working on the record for, I don't know, probably over a year.
Yeah.
And it's, again, a lot of good acoustic guitar on that record. And Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long process, but it's been local. We've been able to just drop in and like, hey, let's do something to this song. So we've had the luxury of having a studio in town. So it should be, we're looking forward to it.
So we have a release date possibly?
Sometime in this spring, I'm hoping, but definitely this year, before the year's over. Hopefully this spring. But
A working title?
yes, it's called Like Some Kind of Alien Invasion.
How do we come up with that?
It's really kind of based on the artwork more than anything else. I've been trying to come up with a title forever, and you always come up with these titles that you think they're really serious, and I was just tired of trying to get some kind of, that just kind of came from somewhere, and I was just like, that looks really great that sounds really great with the art. We have this really cool picture, and so that's kind of how that came about.
The creative process between you three guys, how do you guys come up with ideas for writing songs? Does somebody bring something to the table? Like, Tim, do you write, or all you guys write and bring different ideas? How does that go?
I think Tim does the writing, and then it evolves, and we just, we feed off of each other, like every song, but it's a real organic kind of thing, I think. Just very open.
So do you guys bring different, if Tim's the writer, you guys bring music to the table? I mean, how do you guys formulate songs, each song different? I know you're saying organically. But
Tim, he will email me a drum part on a drum machine, and and fax me too. No,
he faxes me.
Yeah, fax,
actually.
yeah.
He sends me
The
a
good old
fax
fax machine.
and then I FedEx him a Western Union wire.
and you send pictures of things.
And I send pictures. I send pictures nationwide.
And I text him in code that looks like random letters, like when you go. I text him in code like that, and he figures it out, and he speaks that language, and that's how we communicate.
He speaks in
back.
codes.
Actually, Tim, I gotta take you off and bring you back to out of the alien world for a second, and bring you a question about your writing between TR3, Dave Matthews Band. You and Dave Matthews. How do you determine, like, okay, well, you know, this song is perfect for what I'm doing here, or this song is perfect for TR3? How do you determine that?
Wow. I don't know, it kind of song by song, you know, like some songs I originally might have wrote for acoustic when I was doing solo acoustic, and we wind up playing it in the band, and sometimes vice versa. But yeah, it's hard because each song can kind of go on a different journey. I mean, there's a lot of songs that are written with the band in mind, you know, and music is just so free, you know, you can kind of bring in over time. It's kind of fun to kind of take this into that arena and switch up, or bring the acoustic and play an acoustic song acoustic with the band. And so that's kind of fresh thing for now with this, you know, really cool. It's like we started using acoustic in the studio, and so we're kind of bringing it out to the gig.
Well, this week we just celebrated the 50-year anniversary of the Beatles, and I'm sure all you guys, I don't know if you guys caught the special last night, but going back, you know, 50 years, what did the Beatles mean to each one of you guys? And, you know, did they actually formulate you guys saying, I need to pick up a guitar, I need to play music? I mean, pretty much everybody's in, you know, yeah.
I heard the Beatles. I had to pick up an air guitar immediately. I picked up the ladder off my Tonka fire engine, and I was playing air guitar. And that the Beatles, to me, in the 60s, there was a lot of other music, and it was all great, but they were kind of the definitive band. Like, they were just, there was nothing, that was it. They were like the god. You know, they were the shit.
Yeah, for sure. I would say that when I was a kid listening to the Beatles, it made me want to sing. I would sing all those songs and all the harmonies, and I didn't even realize it, but, you know, it inspired me to play the bass too. I mean, Paul's just such an amazing musician, but like you listen, you pick that stuff apart, and you find these things that are really pretty special. But yeah, singing for sure.
Dan?
Made me want to sing.
They were the reason I play music. You know, it was. I saw them when I was 6 years old. My parents took me to Hard Day's Night, and that was like the
really.
Whole, and even in the movie there was hysteria in the theater.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
And it was at the Fox Theater in Pittsburgh, which is an old movie theater, and we were in the balcony. So that was a moving time. But you know, they followed up with Sgt. Pepper's and everything that came after was it just got more amazing. They were, of our time, that's, you know, they'll be the biggest thing for a long time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 50 years and we're still talking about them.
And I will say this too: my daughter's a huge Beatles fan, and she's 13. You know, she picks it apart, and and Ringo's her favorite.
And if you were to watch this, I don't know if you guys got to see the special last night, but Dave Grohl played a couple songs, and he had his kids in the audience, and he was saying how his daughter, and she was singing every word, every song, amazing.
Yeah,
and she was like 8 years old.
Lisa and Virginia were there too. Dave's mom and sister were there too.
Last year, I actually got to go to my first Farm Aid, and Tim saw you play with Dave, and Pete Seeger showed up, which was amazing. And that whole experience for you, what did you think last year, playing with, you know, the guys and Dave, and getting to meet Pete and everything?
It was awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing.
Now, Farm Aid this year, are you going to take part in it again? Is there any talk about where it's going to be?
I have no idea where it's going to be till like a month before, or maybe in the summer. I don't know. But way too early for me to know any about that.
I got to try to get something out of you, you know.
Probably going to be in America.
Damn it. No Canadian dates? The TR3 album, you guys are already got the working title, possible release date. What about future dates after? I know you guys got some more dates in the U.S., and I think you guys are going to Italy.
Yes, Italy for like 6 dates.
And then what about after that? I know you got Dave, but I mean, anything that you guys squeeze out more dates for you guys?
We're going to probably Hopefully, but probably play down in Florida. We usually play these gigs down in Florida when DMB plays down there at this place, Roxy's, for 2 nights. And then whatever windows I have, we'll play, you know, and then like we always play in town in August, and then I'm sure we're going to go out in the fall, if not sooner, and play some more touring. Hopefully get out to the West Coast. We got to get out to the West Coast, you know.
Do you guys have any side projects you guys want to talk about outside of TR3? He's got a little side project, so I had to mention that, you know.
Yeah, I do. My wife's a singer. Hi, Laura. And she's a great singer, so she started playing guitar, so I'm just doing a duo with my wife, and we're having a great time. Just bird dog. Bird dog, bitches. Yeah, and along with Joe Mapp and the Coordinates, a great band that Mick and I play with. We play every night almost when we're home, just anything. We both, you know, it's a package deal sometimes. So it's, oh, Dan and Mick are in town. Let's do a gig. You know, so
Right. Yeah.
We just said there's a lot of little places to play.
Yeah, Joe Mapp is a dear friend and a brilliant guitarist we play with at home. And
We're leaving a lot of people out.
and also Dan and I play in
a lot of people. Oh,
in a project called Uber Lounge as well.
Okay.
That's a good project.
Yeah,
Tim's in
check.
that band.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
Tim's
in every
Uber
band.
Lounge.
Stanley Jordan's in that band.
Stanley Jordan's in that band, and Eddie Williams.
Great band.
Laura's in that
All-star.
band,
It's all improv.
Leonardo DiCaprio's in that band, isn't he?
and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Started playing flute. And he'll be
Yeah,
joining
is
us.
playing flute
That's
in
a
Uber
Django
Lounge.
character.
He's the new Ian Anderson.
Yes, as Monsieur Candy.
Yeah. Wrapping up here at the Tralf here with TR3, and we appreciate the guys for talking to us at BackstageAxxess. And you guys want to go check out TR3? What's the website? TR3.com.
What is it?
TimReynolds.com, actually.
TimReynolds.com.
Yeah, go to TimReynolds.com, and
Okay.
you get all the information.
Okay, which will be the new album coming out soon, hopefully, and the tour dates. Check it out, BackstageAxxess.com. Thanks for taking the time.
Cheers.
Thanks.